even close to the level that Tucker Carlson is, I still want to be a sworn enemy of lying, pomposity, smugness, and groupthink, while also encouraging you, when you can, to watch Tucker Carlson, because there's still time remaining in regarding his series on January the 6th regarding the insurrection. And it's not what the media portrayed it to be. Well, I have a little script here in front of me, and I want you to identify when you see these marks, what does it mean or indicate? Mark number 1, a government whose powers are unrestrained. Mark number 2, a leader who is a dictator, absolute in power, but responsible to the party which is a preferred elite. Now, that doesn't mean an authoritarian personality who tweets out mean things. This is a guy in position of power implementing these kinds of dictatorial laws, mandates, and regulations over the people. Mark number 3, an economic system in which production and distribution are carried on by private owners, but in accordance with plans made by the state directly or under its immediate supervision. Mark number 4. These plans involve control of all the instruments of production and distribution through great government bureaus. Do we have government bureaucracies at the federal level? And these have the power to make regulations or directives, as in mandates, with the force of law. Well, those were stated about 80 years ago by a guy named John Flynn, who took to task Franklin Roosevelt, an opponent of FDR, who I would say would have called FDR a good fascist. Everybody knew the bad fascists, Mussolini and Hitler, but Flynn, way back then, noticed FDR doing very similar things that fascism was doing in Italy and in Germany. Flynn had the courage to speak up, and he says, watch out for it in generations to come. And we're watching it unfold in our day and time. Especially, as you've observed, these trillion-dollar spending packages, which will bring our society under more control from Washington, D.C., not necessarily giving up the ownership of your business, of your company, of your farm, but putting it more under the regulation of Washington, D.C. What was Flynn getting at? What was he describing in those marks? He was describing the marks of fascism. Be awake. Be aware. And I hope we will see a significant change coming up in the midterms next year. The course of action needs to be significantly adjusted. Well, unlike Tony Kornheiser, pardon the interruption, I cannot promise you that I'll do better the next time.